Wow, we got cooked in those final 15 minutes, my lord. My friends, I thought the dream was over. I thought we were going to draw this game. I was thinking to myself, from being 3-0 up, are we set to get 1 point from this game? Because that final 15 minutes of pressure, that onslaught by Luton Town, my God, we could have lost the game in that moment. The crucial moments of that game. Naturally, it's very disappointing that there seems to be absolutely no game management to control the situation because Luton were putting us under pressure. It was cross city, crosses from the left, from the right. They were committing men forward. They hit the crossbar twice. They got 2 goals from heading opportunities as well too, plus a lot more. Oh my lord, it's nervous, it's worrying. Pochettinos, could you have not preempted the danger that was set to come from Luton Town? They had nothing left to lose. They're only playing for their fans and playing for pride. That is what makes Luton Town dangerous. They play football as if they have absolutely nothing to lose, and this is why they never give up, even if they're 3-0 down and out of the game. This is a wake-up call and a reminder that our young team is just not perfect. We can't control a full 90 minutes of football. We've rarely ever done that throughout this whole season. We won't do this until next year realistically. We struggle when the game goes long, when it gets physical, when it comes to defending your books, committing men forward. I was really disappointed by the poor positioning. I was disappointed by the fact that why did we have no tight blocks? Why are we still chasing runners out wide? Why are we still running back to defend our goal? Why did we not keep a compact shape, make it hard for Luton Town to beat us? And why did Pochettinos not do braver tactical decisions? Like, honestly, I would have gone back 5. I'd push Corwell in defence. I've got Gusto out wide as a left back, Gilchrist playing right back. Then I have 3 strong defenders in my books dealing with these crosses because we could not cope with Adebayo. We can't cope with these physical type of strikers. That is very much clear, yeah? And it's just a little bit disappointing that I have to even start this review off kind of starting with the negatives of the game first, because that is the most contextual thing to start with in my opinion, because this game had the potential to go against us, even though we did many good things in this game. But it's a worrying factor that we seem to have no proper game management. It's hurt us so often throughout the season. At times it affects us when it comes to getting back into games. We're making the wrong subs, we're doing the wrong things. And a lot of times it comes back to how we seal out wins, how we defend. And it seems like we only have a plan A when it comes to playing as a football club. There's only a plan A. We have no plan B, we have no plan C. You know, if we're not doing possession or counter-attack, there's nothing else at the moment, and that's the little disappointing thing right there. And it's a reminder that this team is a big, long way away from being complete, and it's still a process to go. But listen, I have to sit here and I have to give massive credit to Luton Town because, again, this is what football is about. It doesn't matter about, you know, the opposition you're playing against, how much money they cost. Ultimately, yeah, it's a game of 2 teams competing on the field, yeah. And if you can better your opposition in any or every moment of the game, you will win the game or you will get a result. And I think Luton Town definitely embody that old spirit of football that has kind of been lacking a little bit. So this is a big wake-up call. I hope from this game forward, we start to work on how we can improve our game management, because we had options on the bench. We have a left back. We had another midfield player we could have turned to in Matos. We could have done things a bit better to give us more control in that game. And it's just really worrying that things nearly slipped away from us because we don't have it in us. But my friends, that's the negatives out the way. This game wasn't defined by that because for the first 70 minutes, I have to say, I thought this was an effective game plan, hence why I'm so disappointed by how this game ended. And that's because today, Pochettinos sprung some surprises. I'm sure all of us expected to go into this game dominating possession, playing on the front foot, pushing our men forward, suffocating Luton Town, and playing one of those normal games this season where we're looking to break down a bus. But we're playing away from home. And as Poch said in his press conference yesterday, we respect Luton Town, and for good reason. And the surprise was we were the team playing on the counter-attack today. And it worked. It worked for large parts of this game. And it's a reminder that we are a team that we have to score goals. I think this game kind of summarizes it right now, yeah? we need goals to get results. We aren't good enough to seal out and control games. We need to be the aggressors that can kind of outscore our opponents. And that's how I kind of envision the first year of Pochettino's Chelsea going. Because we aren't perfect defensively. We are definitely not perfect offensively. And we can't do everything perfectly all at once. So we must pick and choose our battles. And we must, secondly, rely upon great man management. This is where Pochettino kind of let me down a bit by not controlling the proceedings and not preempting any of the threats that were going to come from Luton Town. That was the annoying thing, yeah? But again, going back to how we played the first 70 minutes, look at the goals we scored today. Look how we opened them up. You know, I think one of the surprising players today, and again, a guy that needs to get more credit for his all-round game is Nicholas Jackson. We saw the lineup, we saw Broger up front, we saw Jackson playing left wing in the game today, and I have to say this guy played really well. Not only was he really capable of, you know, like defending off the ball, he's pressing really hard as well, he's tracking back when he has to, but every time this guy was dropping deep to link the play or moving infield, he was dragging out runners. You know, he was stretching the game for us. He was releasing your Palmers and your Maduekes and Coles in behind 1v1. That's what Nicholas Jackson can do. And when I see his overall game, this is why I have the patience for the guy, knowing the fact that I think things can click for him in the future. Listen, his finishing is not there yet. The confidence is not there. But to write off a 22-year-old when we have like 10 other 22-year-olds in the same position, I don't think it's fair. And I think today was a reminder of the great all-team performance that benefits this team. So Nicholas Jackson, you know, give him credit today. But I think obviously the star of the show today obviously was Cole Palmer. Wow, Cold Palmer, not even Cole Palmer. We're calling him Cold Palmer right now. Obviously, I think he might have been biased by the fact that number one, he's returning back from suspension, and number two, your manager's saying that you are like our Di Maria. I think that's incredibly high praise, and I 100% see what Pochettino means. And it's just like, when Poch made that point, I was like, oh crap, how come none of us really saw that? Because there is a little bit of that Di Maria in this game, man. Maybe that's why we saw the second goal that Cold Palmer scored, because it was a bit of Ozil, it was a bit of Di Maria, it was a bit of sauce, a bit of class. It was just a cold moment by one of the coldest players of the season right now in Cole Palmer. I mean, coming back, getting 2 goals as well. But let me just gas that second goal, which he made it 3-0 for us, because the composure to just skip away from the keeper, preempts that there was a challenge coming again, but to maintain that composure under pressure, just to gas the finish with a little tapping in the end. Beautiful play, beautiful reaction, and wow, what an impact this guy's having for us this season. He could end up being our highest scoring player this season at this rate. So Cole Palmer, fantastic game from you today. And I think another guy that deserves a lot of credit is Noni Madueke. Listen, I'm going to get his only negative out of the way, and that negative was losing Ross Barkley for the header to make it 3-1. You know, Barkley isn't the biggest guy. We're not like marking tight. We're not touching the opponents. We're not looking to like stop them running into the zones they want to get into. And when Noni got subbed off afterwards, listen, I could see why he was shaking his head, because he would have felt like, my game was too good today to allow this small mistake to ruin things. But listen, that's a negative. He'll learn. He's barely been playing as much. But my God, this guy is showing. Pochettino, listen, I'm here. I'm here, Poch. I'm here to stay. I'm making statements. And again, another statement game today, because he gets a lot of credit for me for how he was approaching the game off the ball. Especially the first 30 minutes, the amount of blocks, the amount of tackles he won from tracking back. There was a great little brilliant header from the far post to which he connected to help the team out. Pochettino wants to see that defensive application on point. And today, Noni showed, listen, if Mudryk can do it, if Palmer can do it, listen, Poch, you can rely upon me. I'm here to show you I've got those details pattern here. But outside of that too, I have to say, this guy is our best dribbler. Let's keep it real. You know, he's that combination of the strength, the speed, the explosiveness over distances, over short distances as well too, like the close control. The ball is glued to his foot, and, he kickstarted so many great counter-attacking moments for us, but he deserves a ton of praise for the way he scored that goal. Now, I think what makes life a bit hard for Noni at times, and he said this post-match actually, is that, a lot of times it's 2v1. So it was a great transitional attack to create the moment for the second goal. We were dissecting and playing through that Luton press so often throughout the game today. And obviously, Madueke gets on the end of the move, receiving the pass from Cole Palmer. And you think to yourself, okay, you know, at times, Noni can maybe take another touch too much. I think he kind of closed the angle off to take a shot with his left foot. But it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to play a pass backwards again? Maintain possession, but offer no threat? No. I'm on form. I'm here to make a statement. I'm here to show the manager what I am about. I'm taking this shot with my right foot, and I'm going to hit it as hard as I possibly can. And my God, what a beautiful goal. You know, no backlift, straight top bins, straight power from a short distance. And listen, when you sign top players like this, you can't be constantly relying upon team play goals only. You need these individual efforts, these individual actions. And ultimately, these actions, alongside great transitional attacks. I mean, you know, I think every goal we scored came from playing through that Luton Town press, dissecting them open. Obviously, we saw that for Cole Palmer. His effort, you know, Jackson was released on the left-hand side. He's running towards goal. He gets too close to the goalkeeper. His shot is not amazing, of course, easily dealt with. But Palmer is there. He's on alert. He's inside the box, receives that. Just like pure connection, pure technique. He went for, you know, a placement and power as he drove that to the bottom right corner with his left foot. Noni's goal, as I was describing earlier, you know, right foot goal, weaker foot, top bins. And the third goal too was like, what, 3 passes, Disasi, you know, playing a beautiful line-breaking pass into the path of Nicholas Jackson, who dropped deep. He's got the upper body strength to just shrug off Premier League defenders. He spins his man, he turns around. He plays a great ball in behind to find Cole Palmer, and then he makes it 3-0. So these are the positives from the game today, because it worked. It worked. We were in control, and the fact that we allowed Luton Town to have more possession against us, or open them up, I thought was a very, you know, very intelligent strategy from Pochettinos. But again, we lose so many marks due to how we had no control whatsoever. And it's something I brought up before in my What We Learned videos, but we just allow too many teams to have too many corners against us. You know, they have too much space to take crosses out wides. We don't close it down enough. You know, we allow overloads against us, and then we don't have the midfield that can support the defense when it comes to, you know, defending these crosses that come in the books. I mean, a lot of these guys were looking like lost sheep in midfield in terms of picking up positions or where to mark. And that moment in particular, Ross Barkley did that mad little back heel at the end, which took out like nearly a whole team from that back heel pass. Listen, Barkley played with something to prove today, and this is what Barkley can do when he's on top form, yeah? So, my lords, it's a reminder that we are not there yet. And I'm going to end it by saying this again. I feel like the thing I'm learning this season is, like, we have to be a team that can outscore the opposition for first year Chelsea, yeah? So, my friends, hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions. There is going to be a news video later out today, and I will be doing the call-in show, so stay tuned. I'm EFC, this is BlueLionsTV. I'll see you guys later with some more videos. Cool.